Welcome to Weekly Zap News, the show where we talk about the latest in tech, AI, and software. I'm your host, Alex Zapp. Let's zip through the high-tech world faster than your app updates at 3 a.m. This week, Google is trying to make 3D video calls a thing with Project Starline. Picture this. Instead of your usual flat zoom face, you could be popping out of your colleagues' screens like a sci-fi movie character. Thanks to a partnership with HP, Google's promising we can step into this virtual yet bizarrely realistic world by 2025. Imagine blending the physical presence of in-person meetings with the comfort of your pajamas at home. And speaking of home, remember when working from home was the corporate rage? Google might be betting big on 3D, but with most companies herding employees back to the office, it's like showing up to a costume party on the wrong day. Google's Project Starline is like trying to bake a 3D cake. You hope it pops out perfect, but let's face it, it might just end up making your virtual meetings feel like an overcooked souffle. Amazon's Zoox robo-taxis are hitting the brakes on their smooth ride, literally. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has zoomed in with an investigation after two self-driving Zoox SUVs decided to play red light, green light without any green light. Yep, these autonomous adventurers abruptly stopped, causing a couple of motorcyclists to introduce themselves from behind. Now let's be clear, they only caused minor injuries, but it's the kind of surprise encounter most of us try to avoid on the road. Looks like Zoox's autonomous vehicles are big fans of pop music, hitting those unexpected stops like a dramatic drum solo. Unfortunately, the motorcyclists behind them weren't ready to drop the beat. This time, let's talk about the streaming services, which seem to have caught a serious case of nostalgia. Yes, Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, and their buddies are bundling up faster than your grandma in a snowstorm. They're launching new bundles that include Disney+, Hulu, and Max this summer, and it looks a lot like your old cable package, but now on the internet. Just when you thought you escaped the cable guy, streaming services are like, hold my remote. It's like if your diet promised less carbs and then handed you a potato. Just when you thought you were out, those streams pull you back into the cable bundle life. NVIDIA is rolling out its Q2Q platform globally, juicing up quantum computing at national supercomputing centers. It's like they've thrown the switch on the quantum espresso machine. Highly caffeinated computing is now brewing. They're hooking up quantum processing units everywhere, from Germany to Japan, promising some serious computing firepower. This quantum move by NVIDIA is like a football team drafting physicists, because apparently tackling complex algorithms might just win the next Super Bowl of computing. Over in the world of film, there's a new app turning smartphones into Hollywood studios. Imagine shooting a sci-fi blockbuster right from your phone, where robots and space battles look as real as tax season anxiety. This tool lets you shoot a scene in AR, send it to the cloud, and bam! Cinema magic returns polished like a celebrity at the Oscars. Using this app is like your phone suddenly thinking it's Spielberg, just without the need for a multi-million-dollar budget or a fancy director's chair. It's all action, no cut. Moving on to the news about Patreon and Grammarly. Those two are jumping on the Gemini Nano bandwagon. Announced at Google I/O, these trailblazers are tapping into Google's tiniest AI for some hefty upgrades. Patreon's gearing up to let creators blitz through unread messages, while Grammarly amps up its writing wizardry. As Google rolls out Gemini Nano to more developers, expect your apps to get a lot smarter, whether you're crowdfunding your art or polishing your prose. Soon your apps will know you better than your mom, just without the unsolicited life advice. In a move that screams old school cool, Google is rolling out a web filter to let users find classic text links amid the glitz of AI-generated answers. As the digital world dazzles with AI overviews, Google is giving a nod to the purists who miss the simplicity of plain blue links. Announced at the Google I/O, this feature lets users streamline their search to text-only content. Google's new feature is like a vinyl record in the age of Spotify. Sometimes you just need that analog feel in a digital world. Apple's Vision Pro mixed reality headset is heading overseas. After a lukewarm reception in the US, Apple's looking to dazzle customers in other markets. They're so serious about it, they've flown in a fleet of employees for a crash course in Cupertino. 4 days to learn the ropes, or should we say the head straps. Here's to hoping global gadget lovers find the magic in those goggles. Looks like Apple's trying to turn mixed reviews into mixed reality success stories. Let's see if this headset can make a better impression than my uncle's karaoke at family reunions. Let's dive into the eerie realm of AI afterlife services, where the line between the departed and the digital is getting fuzzy. Researchers at the University of Cambridge are waving red flags about the future where our beloved dead might just ping us on Messenger. In the future, till death do us part could really just mean switching platforms. From Earth to the cloud, now that's an upgrade. In the world of tech giants, Amazon Web Services, AWS, is saying goodbye to its CEO, Adam Zielinski. Meanwhile, an intern-turned-executive hero, Matt Garman, is stepping up to the plate. It's like watching a tech version of Cinderella if Cinderella knew how to code and run a multi-billion-dollar cloud unit. But the real question on everyone's mind is, with Zielinski stepping down, will AWS continue to rain cash, or is it forecasted to get cloudy? Remember, every time a CEO steps down, a startup gets its wings. As Adam Zielinski steps down, AWS might just be moving from cloud computing to cloud contemplating. Who knew executive shuffles were the new weather forecast for tech stocks? OpenAI isn't just tweaking its models, it's pushing them into the gym. The latest update promises faster and cheaper interactions. It's like OpenAI is on a New Year's resolution spree in May. What's next? A ChatGPT that can double as your fitness coach? No pain, no computational gain. If OpenAI keeps this up, they'll have a model so fit it could run a marathon in less code than it takes to toast bread. I guess in the AI world, carbs are just unnecessary data. Amazon crashes the upfronts, traditionally a playground for TV's old guard. Now, it's not just about boxing out Meta and Google in the digital ad ring. Amazon's rolling out the red carpet for a real rumble in traditional media too. Prime Video isn't just for binging anymore, it's also for selling. With new ads popping up, Amazon aims to transform how we experience TV time by making us watch a few ads, of course. Now you can multitask, shop for popcorn on Amazon while watching ads on Prime Video. As the battle for chip supremacy heats up, companies are throwing down billions to ensure their silicon is top dog. With AI-driven demand soaring, the global chip scene is more competitive than a varsity tryout. From the US to China, it's not just about making chips, it's about setting the stage for the next tech revolution. Investing in chips for AI, it's like forming a rock band, and every chip maker wants to be the lead guitarist, flashy, crucial, and a total magnet for spotlight. Emmanuel Macron is not just talking the tech talk, he's walking the walk with billions in foreign tech investments. France aims to be more than just wine and cheese. It wants to be a silicon powerhouse. With Macron setting the stage, Paris could become the next hotbed for tech innovation, not just romantic getaways. France diving into tech is like adding disco lights to the Louvre. Unexpected, but somehow makes everything more interesting. Amid a surge in AI demand, companies are drowning in data that's as organized as a teenager's bedroom, siloed, scattered, and barely usable. Weka's founders, once IBM alumni and now data wranglers, have crafted tools promising to streamline this digital chaos, making AI's diet of data a gourmet experience rather than a fast food frenzy. With all this talk of data management, Weka's approach makes organizing a spice rack seem like child's play, except the spices are supercomputers and the rack is the cloud. Google introduced Veo at the Google I/O Developer Conference, a digital maestro that creates video clips from mere text prompts. Google's Veo dances across cinematic styles, from sweeping landscapes to time lapses, promising filmmakers a new creative tool. It's an ambitious play to outshine rivals and woo creatives by proving it's not just a software titan, but a muse for digital artistry. Why did the filmmaker bring a ladder to the Google I/O conference? To reach new cinematic heights with Veo. That's all from me today. Be happy and let's zap.